Do you know why you're not getting laid? I do. My name is Sue McGarvey, and I am North America's leading lifestyle and dating over 40 relationship therapist. And I've been doing this for more than 34 years, and here's what I know. And I'm going to give it to you straight because I don't know why people are not having these conversations with you. I was at an event last night. Guy had really bad breath. Oh my God, it was bad. And you think hygiene, and I shouldn't have to be telling adults in their 50s, but I do, apparently. I just got an email from a friend talking about, how guys in a sexual situation wash your ass. Literally. Like, clean the bits. Manscaping. And I'm not saying that, this is if you've already gotten naked with somebody, but the truth is, I think that men think, grime under their fingernails and, kind of dirty is cute. It's cute with little kids. It's not cute as adults. And I think hygiene is massive. And all the women I know talk about it. If you haven't been to the dentist in the last year to get your teeth, all the gunk out of it, you're going to have chronic bad breath. Like, do something about it. Because literally, you have a one chance, and smell is a thing. Most women, if you don't smell good to them and have a cologne that works, they don't like it. Followed by not feeling safe. Number one thing I hear from women is why they have a secret thing with their friend if they're going on a date, even at a coffee shop. You want to talk about how you were a Boy Scout and how you help a friend who's broken down on the highway at 4 o'clock in the morning. You want to talk about being safe. It is so critical. And if you aren't doing things that make them feel safe, which is talking too much and talking over them, because then the central nervous system doesn't get a chance to have a break. Slow down, pause, don't talk too much, leave them wanting more. Dates will always move that chain. Literally, it's about safe. They need to know that you're not a serial axe murderer. Followed by needy. Keep it cool. I wrote the book on Stand Out by Chilling Out, which is a book for men, and I'll put the link below. It is the book for men about chilling out and how guys get sex, get relationships because they are too needy. You're like that golden retriever humping your leg. And if you feel that, especially if you feel like, God, I want somebody to touch it, go see a sex worker. No, there's not a lot of other therapists that are going to tell you this, but go get a happy ending. I am a big fan of paying for it. And you're like, what? And I'm like, yep, pay for it. It will bring down the urgency. You don't feel like you got to hook up with this person because for a couple $100, at least where I am, you're going to get off. And that's important in terms of thinking that. Because the other piece of that is either being too needy and just vibrating, or being sexually aggressive. And that comes from sending dick pics, that comes from making innuendos like within the first conversation, shuts women down. Again, goes back to being safe. You're not safe if you do that. So the rule is you never get to talk about sex if you're a guy, ever. Just don't bring it up. If she brings it up, you're in. But until she does, do not, under any circumstance, bring it up. Like, no. And if you are too sexual, you are dead in the water. So what's going on with that? What's going on is that you are not okay. If I asked women about what they're looking for, if you asked me, I would say smart, and that means sense of humor, because humor, if you're funny, if you laugh at things, you're smart because you make those leaps, right? So smart, being able to finish a conversation, smells nice, we talked about that. Kind, and kindness matters. So are you showing kindness to the barista when you go for coffee? Are you, putting the extra dollar that you have into the jar at the front? Maybe it's just optics, but that's what you need to do in order to show. And kindness is so important. Talk about sending your mom flowers. Talk about how you're going to, sacrifice for your kids. We all sacrifice for our kids, but how you do that. And I think those pieces around being kind are really, really critical. And then there's the part about not being a braggart. I always say that I don't want to hear about the boat you have or the size of car or anything like that. I want to hear how you suck at volleyball, or you have a wicked golf slice, or something slightly self-deprecating. That means not a put down, but something that's honest and kind of funny about yourself, but in a kind and fun way. How you're a bit klutzy, how I always drive out of the driveway and hit the same damn tree because I have no spatial skills. I have a girlfriend who's got no sense of direction, and she leads with that. That is attractive. And beyond that, it's telling a story, and the story is details about who you are. Because if you're on a date and people are getting ready to see whether or not they want to sleep with you, and yes, they need to find you attractive. You need to find them attractive. But men find beauty in a lot of women, and women are looking for, if you can make me laugh and you're clean and you're kind and you're not aggressive, you're beating 85% of the guys anyway. And then it comes to, you may get in there, if you're a bad kisser, I have a handout on how to be a better kisser. It is a learned behavior. You don't just have to kiss a whole pile of people. You can get better at it. Seriously. If you've had sex with them and you're bad at it, you're not coming back. And women talk. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to follow my podcast. Every week I do Grown Up Sex Ed. I do a podcast called Turned On with Sue and John. New episode drops every Tuesday. And I'm going to teach you all the things you need to know. I've been doing it for 3 years live, I'm pushing 200 episodes, and I don't run out of things to talk about. So understand that you can do that, and that is really, 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 really important. So you learn to be better. These are all of the reasons you're not getting laid. I also want you to follow up and understand that women are pretty straightforward. And I know I tell women what guys want is they want a kind woman that looks good, that likes sex. And I always say, don't listen to what guys say, watch what they do. They'll tell you everything you need to know. For women, in terms of what they're looking for, besides smart, kind, funny, smells nice, etc. And women what they want is positive male attention. We want somebody to pay attention to us. We want somebody to hold the door for us and notice our sparkly shoes and not come on too strong. Those are the reasons I think guys aren't getting laid. I can go on and on about it, but I think those reasons keep coming up in all of my conversations with women. If women aren't getting laid, it's because they're not being sexy enough. They're dressing in, your grandmother's, the outfits you wear to church. They're not doing the work they need to do to make themselves attractive enough to do that, because men are attracted to nice girls that look good, that like sex, and that's how you do that. They've also got to feel safe enough. Guys will have sex with you, and I'm going to do a whole other discussion about that, and I'm going to sort of comment on HOMAth, which is a whole other discussion in another video, but the idea is that they'll sleep with you. They may even, call you for a booty call, but it doesn't mean they'll date you. So understand that sleeping with you and dating with you are two totally different things. And we're going to get into all of those reasons. I promised I'm going to keep these under 10 minutes. These are sort of points about what you can do, 10 minutes from North America's sex therapist. Listen to my podcast, Turned On with Sue and John, and we're going to give you all the steps you need to get you some pretty hot sex. I'm Sue and I got more.